Right. You say that justice must be done in Asare North, even if the heavens fall. And you go ahead to say that there are at least 4 errors in the judgment. What exactly do you mean?
Thank you, Randy. I believe people, especially the courts, must be very slow in disqualifying Ghanaians from fully participating in the political space. Because when one reads the Constitution carefully, one realizes that one of the values that animates the Constitution is this notion of equal citizenship and this notion of representative government. Randy, the fundamental problem that we face is that the courts are not properly interpreting Article 94(2)(a). Now, before we say anything, I want people to keep in mind that until 1996, dual citizenship was not even a lawful status, because under the Constitution as promulgated on January 7, 1993, a citizen of Ghana who became a citizen of another country automatically lost his Ghanaian citizenship. So Article 94(2)(a) could not have been saying, even though Ghanaians cannot be dual citizens, a person who is a dual citizen is not qualified to be a member of parliament. That is just completely so illogical that I'm baffled that after writing so many articles to highlight this point, no court seemed to pick it up and actually do a serious analysis of Article 94(2)(a). Article 94(2)(a), which says one cannot be qualified to be an MP if one owes allegiance to a country other than Ghana, does not just disqualify you from being an MP. It also disqualifies you from being a member of the executive. It also disqualifies you from being a member of a constitutional commission, such as the Electoral Commission, the Public Service Commission, and so on and so forth. It also disqualifies you from being a founding member of a political party, a leader of a political party, an executive of a political party. So if we follow the way Article 94(2)(a) is being applied to members of parliament, we would even be putting in jail dual citizens in the diaspora overseas branches who hold executive positions, because under the disqualification of Article 94(2)(a), there is a disability which prevents you from being an executive member of a political party. And then one way to even think about Article 94(2)(a) is to think about the other disqualifications under Article 94(2)(a). There are disqualifications for bankruptcy. There are disqualifications for criminal lunacy. There are disqualifications for conviction of high crimes, treason, offenses that carried life sentence or even death sentence. There is a disqualification for adverse findings that implicate abuse of office, willful use of state resources, and actions that are prejudicial to the interests of the country. And I bring all this to remind people that Article 94(2) targets really serious infractions by mono-citizens. Mono-citizens, because dual citizenship was not even allowed. It targeted situations as we had in 1985, when some Ghanaians were allegedly spying for the CIA, leading to the swap of citizens between Ghana and the US, with Michael Susudis coming to Ghana, and about 8 Ghanaian citizens, including Piasa, going to the United States. It targets things like espionage, mercenary serving in the army of other countries against Ghana, and so on. So Article 94.2a has nothing to do with dual citizenship. In fact, if you read Bilson versus Rawlings, Rawlings actually on oath affirms that he was born as a British subject, and in May 1957, when Ghana adopted the First Nationality Act, he became a Ghanaian citizen. So, by definition, by operation of the law, he's a dual citizen. But Justice Sleepy Bonzi properly focused on his allegiance, which the judge said he had repeatedly sworn as chairman of the PNDC, as a military member, and so on. So the proper focus was not on his citizenships. If you go to a country that wants to disqualify on both allegiance and citizenship, they expressly say that. So if you go to Nigeria, their constitution disqualifies on the basis of owing allegiance to a country other than Nigeria, and then 2, on dual citizenship, both things. Although the Nigerian courts have interpreted that language to not apply to natural-born Ghanaians, because the logic there is any natural-born Ghanaian cannot be excluded from the political space. Excluding natural-born Nigerian. Excluding, according to the court, excluding a natural-born Nigerian from the political space is antithetical to the spirit, the values of the Constitution, and so that clause applies only to naturalized Nigerians. And the same thing holds in Australia, where there's a disqualification for allegiance as well as for dual citizenship. So my fundamental problem that I have with the courts is why a clause so easy to understand, if one pays even casual attention to the history, is being so misconstrued and being so misapplied. There are over 1 million persons in Ghana who are dual citizens. No serious constitution could just disqualify 1 million people on the basis of their status. Article 94.2 does not disqualify based on status. It disqualifies based on actions by individuals that are deemed so serious that some of them are even lifetime disqualifications. I think Article 94.2a is one of those lifetime disqualifications. Bankruptcy, when you are disqualified, Article 94.2 says, well, when you are discharged, you can be relieved. Conviction, it says, after 10 years of serving, you can be released, or when you are pardoned. But there's no such reprieve for Article 94.2a. And so, fundamentally, my beef is the article is being misapplied to dual citizens when its meaning was to disqualify mono citizens who engaged in acts of owing allegiance, which means having a debt to pay to countries other than Ghana for financial or other contractual relationships. It had nothing to do with being a citizen of another country, for the very simple reason that that was not even a permissible status. And that's why until 2006, Article 94(2)(a) was almost a dormant article in the Constitution. Nobody even heard of it because the threshold for being disqualified under Article 94(2)(a) is so high. It's so high. The first time it was misapplied was in 2006 when somebody figured out that they should disqualify my brother Akwesi Prempe, who at the time President Kufuor nominated as the Deputy Ashanti Regional Minister. And since then, it has been misapplied to Adamu Sankede, to Monakote, to Adubuahin, and now to my brother Kwesin, and also my sister Tofe in Elembel. So let's interpret the Constitution correctly. If Parliament wants to exclude all dual citizens, 1 million of them, from having the right to participate in the political space fully by being members of Parliament, to exclude them from the executive, to exclude them from the constitutional commissions, and all the other disabilities that attach to Article 94, then they must properly do so by amending the law. In fact, when Parliament amended the law in 1996 to allow dual citizenship, Parliament could very well have said, well, we don't want dual citizens to serve in Parliament. They could have amended Article 94(2) and added dual citizenship. Parliament did not. Parliament did not. Rather, Parliament added some other offices, and those are the other offices that apply to dual citizens. As a Celerion judge once said, on the same set of facts, on almost the same set of facts, because in Celerion, initially their constitution did not allow dual citizenship, and then later on they amended it to allow dual citizenship, and then some people were trying to apply this allegiance article to dual citizens. And the Celerion judge said, it does not even make sense to contemplate a situation where Parliament decides to make some people citizens and at the same time deny them of the fundamental rights that attach to citizenship, which is the right to participate equally and fully in the political space. So that is